Inbound call center also handles customer complaints and a practice methodology for customer satisfaction. So if we have a queries and issue, we call to customer care. These calls are handled by our complaints, our issue. These calls are handled by inbound call center. So this inbound call center also handles customer complaints and practice methodology for customer satisfaction. Now next is outbound call center. Outbound call center have agents making call for the purpose of telemarketing of products, then donation, debts collection and market research. So in outbound call center, the company agents call us for making for marketing to product, telemarketing for products, then for donation, then for bad debt collection, then market research. So in inbound call center, we can call to the customer for our inquiries and issue. And in outbound call center, the agents making call for purpose of telemarketing of the products, then donation, then debt collection and market research. Call center can also be blend, having both inbound and outbound function depending on the business of the organization. An organization may have an in-house department handling its call center operations or may outsource them to a third party. This is called an outsource call center. There are two type of call center: inbound call center and outbound call center. In inbound call center, now call center functions as a central node which handles a large amount of telephone calls. Call center functions as a central node which handles a large amount of telephone calls to manage a customer requests. Telephone calls are managed by agents who use a computer headset for customer request. So call center is a function which handles a large amount of telephone calls. Telephone calls are managed by agents who use computer headset for customer requests. There are two type of call center: inbound call center and outbound call center. In inbound call center, handles calls relating to customer inquiries and issues. So our customer queries and issues, these call are handled by inbound call center. So inbound call center handles customer complaints and practice methodology for customer satisfaction. And in outbound call centers, agents are making call for their telemarketing of product, then donation, then debt collection and market research. So these call are making by in outbound call center. Now next is the teleconferencing. Teleconferencing is a general term that is used to describe a method used to arrange a meeting of a people located at distant physical location using electronic means. Various technologies can be employed for the teleconference like computers, satellites and telephone systems, etc. Many teleconferencing methods enable two-way communication and user can send or receive message at a convenient time without being present in the conversation. Now in teleconferencing, it describes the method used to arrange the meeting of people located at a distance. So in teleconferencing, we can arrange the teleconference meeting with the we can present physically using a electronic means. By using electronic means, physically we can present. Various technology can be employed for teleconferencing, like various technology are used for teleconferencing. For teleconferencing, we like to use computer, satellite and telephone system, etc. Many teleconferencing method two-way communication and user can send or receive messages. So in teleconferencing method, it will be enable two-way communication and user can send or receive messages at a convenient time without being present in the conversation. If you are offline, if you are not present at that conferencing time, after some time you can send and receive the messages in teleconferencing. So in teleconferencing we can arrange the meetings, for example video call, like that, like this type. So physically you can present by using physical, you can locate it by using electronic means. So various technology are used: computer, satellite, telephone system. So if you are not present at that time, after some time you can send or receive the message without being present in the conversation. That means when conversation will be going on, that time you are not present, but you can send or receive the message. There are different types of teleconferencing: audio teleconference, computer teleconference, and video teleconference. In audio teleconference only you can listen the voice in audio teleconference. In computer teleconference, by using computer you can make your conference, and by video teleconference, by that means you can see each other. Now video teleconference, this method uses a camera and microphones to capture video and audio to show the participant. In video teleconference, this method use a camera and microphone. These method are used camera and microphone for capture the video and audio to show participant. A simple setup will provide a still image and a text between two locations. A complex setup would provide a full video and high quality audio between multiple locations. Now in a simple setup, it provides only image and text between two locations, and in complex setup it will provide audio and high quality video also between multiple locations. That means in a simple setup it will be only provide only text and image between only two locations. In two locations only you can provide this image and text, and in complex setup it will provide full video and high quality audio between multiple locations. Advantages of teleconferencing include low travel cost, development of familiarity between participants, sharing of files and data. These are the advantages of video teleconferencing. Low travel cost means suppose you are in Maharashtra and now lockdown is going on and your meeting is in Nagar. So in teleconferencing, by being at your home, you can attend your meeting by using video teleconference. So your travel cost will be also save. Then your time is also save. You can share the file and data. Suppose you are in Delhi and you have to send your file Maharashtra, so you can share your files and data. Now next is a cable television. In broadcast television, a television signal is transmitted through the air and is received by an antenna at the subscriber's house to display it on the television. Now a broadcast television, a television signal, these television signals are transmitted by the cable to the subscribers' houses to display it on the television. A cable television system uses a cable called coaxial cable to distribute the television signals to subscribers. Multiple television channels are transmitted through one cable using a technology called frequency division multiplexing. FDM. So a television signal is transmitted through the air and is received by an antenna. So the television signal are transmitted are traveled through the air, and these signals are received by the antenna at the subscriber's house. So antenna are received these signals, and then we can see the channels on our television. Now a cable television system uses a cable. In a cable television system, it uses the cable. This cable is called coaxial cable to distribute the television signals to subscribers. So these cable are provide the signals. The multiple television channel are transmitted through a cable using a technology called FDM. So by using this cable, multiple television channel are transmitted. So in that by using this in this cable, multiple television signal are transmitted. So we can see the many channels on cable. These multiple channels are transmitted using the frequency division multiplexing technology. Frequency division multiplexing technology. So cable television cable are used. This cable is called coaxial cable. By using the coaxial cable, that to distribute the television signal to subscribers, a multiple television channel are transmitted